I've always called him Father. I'm not one of those that call him Barney.
When I met at Father Coughlin, I called him Father.
Father Coughlin's the boss. I mean, he's the guy. He's the man.
I sometimes will call him Father. Sometimes I'll call him Barney. Sometimes I'll call him friend. But I always give him a hug.
Barney's got to be one of the great guys in the world, in my view. He's an interesting mix, this Irish-Texan. What a great concept, an Irish-Texan. And I think, you know, the Holy Ghost follows him around a bit and I think takes care of him pretty well.
The thing I see him the most as is a great priest. I know he has a lot of other backgrounds and a lot of things he's done wonderfully, but he's, in my mind, first and foremost, a really wonderful priest.
Very prayerful priest and a model, I'd say, for me on how to do it well.
When my son passed away unexpectedly a number of years ago, he was right there for us and our family. And he was a priest. He was not the president of Gonzaga University. He was Father Coughlin.
In my own family that we've had weddings, the Father's been there. My mother and father had passed away, Father was there.
Barney, I think his whole way of looking at things is what is the magis, what is the better, what is the more effective, what is the deeper, what is the more authentic way that we can be.
He wants to be of service to God, and he wants to do what he can to help other human beings acknowledge their Creator and act in service of God. And that is just part of the fiber of his being. When he came in 1974 and took over, he rolled up his sleeves, he got right to work, and in my opinion, he saved the place.
He is a dynamic leader, he is a visionary, but he is a gentle, caring human person.
This is where he was supposed to be. This is where God wanted him to be.
I'd have to refer to him as a miracle man, just given the transformation that he's brought to the university over the past 22 years.
He has embodied the institution, and I think his personality catches all that is both caring and loving and gentle about this place, but also everything that is excellent.
He always seems to be kind of a pillar for the university. I think everybody looks up to him, and yet he's not above the people that work for him and go to school there underneath.
He wants our students to be the best prepared students for the world in which they live. And if we aren't doing our job right, if he doesn't think we're doing our job right, he'll tell us.
He's done, I think, so much for the school personally. I mean, he really has made the degree which you walk away with from the school worth that much more. And I think, by the same token, he has helped the people at the school to develop into better people overall.
And he spent probably a half an hour sitting and really just listening to me. And I was amazed that being the lowly sophomore that I was, and he being the president of the university, that he would take that time to sit and listen to me, and that meant a lot. It meant that I felt like I was heard.
Frequently he will ask me, how will what you are proposing make better people of our students? Or how will this prepare our students better for graduate school, for professional school, and for that greatest of all school, life in the real world?
I think he's always had a very intelligent and nice combination of belief and ability to act.
I guess I would describe him as having a gentle forcefulness.
When I was pregnant with my first son, and I was to the stage where you could really tell I was pregnant, so I kind of lugged around the office. Father, he was really thoughtful, but he would always take the time to bring something over from Jesuit House in the mornings, and it would be whatever they were making fresh that day, so it would be a wonderfully gooey muffin or something. And it just, I always thought, you know, what a nice touch, you know, all the things that a university president has to think about. And he would do something like that. So, but I think it's just a good example of the kind of warmth he has for people.
He's been kind of a part of me since I've been here. He went through my marriage with me. He was down at the birth of my children in the hospital in his busy schedule, seeing me, wanting to know what it was like to give birth to the child. He was at my father's funeral, so he's kind of just taken me all the way through some really important parts of my life, but he's always been there.
He'll come up to you in the hall and he'll grab you by the arm the way my grandmother used to and give you a little kind of hug with his hand, you know. which I've always found a very nice expression of warmth.
I would describe him as a man of great principle and a man who sees few boundaries and a man who is a ruthless fundraiser.
Well, first thing I do is I put my hand over my pocketbook because he's always trying to raise dough for Gonzaga. Anytime you see Barney, it's a good moment.
The glory of Gonzaga has really been glory for Spokane, too.
We were very much inward looking when he came to Gonzaga, and he's changed that completely by example more than anything else, just by his own involvement in the community of Spokane and throughout the region, certainly with our alumni throughout the world.
He also brought about a consciousness within the business community of how economics and social programs can work to the benefit of all. And he did that very effectively.
He's been a terrific partner for Spokane. I mean, somebody who can carry his weight in all of the realms that he does.
Spokane has been blessed because he was sent here to accomplish some things, and he did indeed do that.
I think that Barney is a wonderful collaborator. He works very well with people coming from all sorts of different philosophies.
My immediate reaction to Barney is one of someone that I trust implicitly, and I think it's both a human element of his and a spiritual element.
He has excellent business judgment, and he's lent that judgment to the city of Spokane, the Chamber of Commerce, the business community.
And here's a Jesuit president of a large university chairing a business organization. It was a first for us, and it was dramatic and well received, and it was just an example of how strong that partnership has been.
He commands respect in just about everything he does, but I have played golf with him, and as my friend Bob Rochford would say, this is a man who he probably shouldn't play golf. On the other hand, he can always ride in my cart. I'll take him as an opponent or a partner anytime.
Behind the collar and behind being the civic leader and the head of our university, I think there is a man who he's a real guy. You know, I mean, he's a pretty cool guy.
He opened a lot of opportunities to me, and I will always remember that, but I will always remember the person that he is, and just the depth of caring and wisdom, and I love it.
Barney Coughlin changed my life and that of my family.
Oh, he's like one of the family.
Well, I think generous would be an adjective that would come to my mind. Both of the mind and the heart. I think he's a large person.
I saw that he was friendly and gentle, compassionate. I was impressed. And through the years, I have seen that first impression verified over and over again.
He's very sensitive to the environment, to people, and to what's going on around him.
He is so unassuming, puts everyone at ease. That's his style. That's why he's been so successful, and that's why everyone loves him.
Father Coughlin is the only guy I have ever let on a consistent basis slap me on the back of the head and get away with it.
You felt good having been with him.
You never leave his presence feeling down.
So every time I think of Barney, I just smile.
You almost want to boast about him because he's done so much, not just as president, but as a person.
I think we can all thank the good Lord for Barney Coughlin.
He's like an old bedroom slipper. He's comfortable.
He had a wonderful combination of being dignified. You've got to have a certain dignity if you're the president, but also a kind of easiness, a kind of old shoe quality, a kind of common touch that I think really endeared him to people.
He's got a great joie de vivre in him, which comes out when he relates to people.
He's been there for us.
He has a timeless spirit that is inspiring. You know, he's got a humility, he's got a humbleness, and yet he accomplishes great things and gives everybody else the credit.
There once was a man from Killarney who turned into Reverend Barney
to serve old GU as the boss tried and true, and running like hell, tain't no Blarney.
But I don't think he's going to disappear. He's not a disappearing sort. He'll be here. He'll be around. When we least expect it, we'll turn around and there he'll be with that smile and that hug. And I'm going to be looking for that, Barney.